Mindful Explorers. Welcome to day 10 of our Mindful Momentum Challenge. Now, one of the things that we oftentimes miss out on when we think about mindfulness is how being more mindful can actually help you with your connection to others. We spend a lot of time in mindfulness internalizing, but ultimately it's supposed to help you with connecting with other people. And you know, that is what it's all about. Being human is that creating that juicy connection with other persons. So today we are going to be talking about creating meaningful connections. So that's what day 10 of the challenge is all about, especially in today's world where social media and the internet and our fast-paced lives with text messages, etc., it gets more and more challenging to actually create deep and rich connections with people, and especially persons who you love, your family members, and even your intimate love partners. So here what's happened. We're going to solve all of that today. Not only am I going to give you some of the tools that you can use to help you to connect better by listening more deeply, but I'm also going to give you some prompts that you can use to help yourself and the person that you're with to create more meaningful conversations. And we don't want a little boring conversation. We want our conversations to have depth and to be interesting. You know how sometimes you can talk to some persons and you just come alive and you feel like, whoa, you leave the conversation feeling just like you had a ray of sunshine. And then other times you talk to some people and it's like an energy vampire. It's like all of the energy just drain right out of you. Oh my gosh, you cannot wait to get away. A lot of times this happens because there isn't any meaningfulness in the discussion that you're having. It kind of dry. And so I want to be able to shift that for you. The first technique that I'm going to share with you is what I consider a way to help you listen more deeply. One of the books that I read a few years ago kind of explained that we don't really listen to actually hear, we listen waiting to respond. And I don't know if you realize when you're doing that, but it's something that we actually do. So this particular technique, which is related to the acronym HEAR, HEAR, will help you with having more meaningful connections. So the H is to hold space. It just means to be present for and with the person that you're having the conversation with. The E is for engage fully. Don't be like talking to the person and on your phone doing something while you're doing that or watching the TV. No, engage fully. Be present with the person. A is for ask meaningful questions. I'm going to share some meaningful questions with you in just a while, but you want to get a little bit more than just, how was your day? How are you? Ask something a little bit more meaningful. And then the R is for respond authentically. So when you are answering, don't just give the generic, fine, good. Respond authentically. Say, you know what, I really had a good day today, because of the wonderful things that I experienced at work, or I actually went on a meditating walk. Right? Respond authentically. Here's a real life example for you. I recently had a conversation with somebody at the end of the day. And I've been noticing that every single time I come home at the end of the day, I'm having this conversation. I'm like, oh, how was your day? It's fine. It's okay. Bad. Those were the typical answers. And it wasn't feeling very meaningful. So I decided to change the question and ask instead, what made you smile today? And that actually had the person pause, and a smile came to their face as they thought about what happened during the course of the day that made them smile. And sometimes somebody may share a joke with you about a moment, or they may actually share what the person said to them that made them smile. But the energy of the conversation completely shifted. And in an obligatory or a reciprocity kind of way, the person may feel to ask you the same question. So it just opens up for a lot more curiosity than when you just ask the generic, well, how was your day? Now, what I want to do is I want to challenge you for your meaningful connections that you are going to create. I'm going to give you some prompt questions, and I want you to try them on with someone, or maybe with more than one person. All you have to do is have one meaningful conversation today. Choose one of these 3 questions. What's something that you're learning about right now that is really interesting? Next question that you could possibly ask. When did you feel most alive and energized this week? Third question that you can ask. What's a dream that you haven't really shared with anybody lately? The magic truly happens when you move beyond talking about the weather and start actually connecting with people heart to heart. So I want to hear all about what you have tried on in the comments. Maybe you can just share a question that you ask in the comments after you have done so. A lot more meaning in your day-to-day through having these little questions to help to prompt you along the way. Take care, guys. Keep growing and glowing. Your challenge for the day is to take 5-minute meditation breaks. Depending on when you're watching this, you may be doing this challenge tomorrow. What I would like you to do is to take at least one, but hopefully 3 mindful meditation breaks. And it's just 5 minutes of quiet time for you. What it can look like is in the morning when you wake up and you're getting your day started, before you pick up your phone. Spend 5 minutes. As a matter of fact, if you can set your timer on your phone without going in and checking email, etc., set your timer on your phone for 5 minutes to just sit in silence and just be with yourself. Don't run and follow the thoughts that telling you all the things you have to do today. No, just sit in silence and observe your thoughts. Take some deep breaths in, maybe count in for 4, exhale and count for 4. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Do things like that to help you to just sit in silence for a moment. Then you do the same thing again. Take some time for yourself before lunchtime. Take some time for yourself before bedtime. It's also an opportunity for you to maybe have your favorite cup of tea or your favorite cup of coffee and just sit with your tea or coffee in silence. No talking on the phone to nobody or anything else. All right. So that's your challenge for this particular week. I hope that you will keep it up, and I hope that meditation offers you wonderful benefits the way that it has offered me and many persons in my community. So keep growing and glowing, guys. Until next time.